Oftentimes, prisoners are not only being castigated, but they are being rejected by those they look up to for solace and compassion. And when this happens, many of them fall into depression and may never regain themselves again. How then can we support inmates to ensure that they regain their self-identity and become valuable contributors to the society? Hello televiewers, good evening. The program you're watching is Issues on Divine Mercy Radio Television, and I am Fomucha Mirabel for presentation. On this edition of the program, we shall be scanning through the contributions of the Diocese of BUEA towards rebuilding inmates of the BUEA Central Prison. In the course of the program, we shall be looking at ways in which, in one way or the other, we can all as loved ones support inmates regain themselves. Stay with us. We're coming back right after the break. We shall be joining you after the break, and on today's edition of the program, we shall be looking at some of the activities carried out by the Diocese of BUEA under the shepherd leadership of His Lordship Michael Bibi to rebuild inmates of the BUEA Central Prison. We're coming back right after the break. Beautiful people of Divine Mercy Radio Television, once again you're welcome to the program Issues this Friday. And today I'm excited because we are having some special guests joining us for the very first time on the program Issues and for the very first time on DMR TV. By my right, I want to sincerely welcome the presence of Sister Shimen. Sister Shimen is the coordinator of Justice and Peace Commission for the Diocese of BUEA, and she is the person who is facilitating the activities being carried out by the diocese at the BUEA Central Prison. Hello, sister.
Hello, Miss Mirabel.
How are you doing today?
I'm very, very fine by the grace of God. I hope you too.
I am doing well.
Amen.
And having you on the program makes me so happy. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
And by my left is a wonderful person we have here today. She is a beneficiary to the support given by the diocese to the inmates of the BUEA Central Prison. And as we speak, she is still under the sponsorship of His Lordship Michael Bibi. And she's a student of the Catholic University Institute of BUEA. While at prison, it is interesting to know that she obtained her advanced level. She studied while in prison and obtained her advanced level, and she was recorded as one of the best students. That was last year, and so she's currently studying nursing at the Catholic University Institute of BUEA. Zenona Tube, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, Miss Mirabel.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of the program.
Welcome.
Thank you. So now let us get into business. I would like to find out from Sister, now before the diocese got to engage with the BUEA Central Prison, what was the need?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Mirabel. Thank you. It's really, really a pleasure to be here this evening to talk about inmates. And before we get to that, I want to quote my Master Jesus Christ. In the Bible, he said, "For I was hungry, and you gave me to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. When we listen to this, it gives all the needs of the prisoners. It gives all the needs of the inmate. It's not just about being in prison. Yeah. And I think that all they need are a hunger. First, they needed to drink. They need to drink. There are some that really need to be clothed. Yeah. And effectively, being in prison is already something that is crouching a human right. It's crouching a fundamental something in somebody, because naturally we are made to be free.
Yeah.
Naturally, our Creator created us like that. So when we are enclosed somewhere that we no longer have that freedom that we would have loved to have, I mean, it's already a call for concern.
Yeah.
So being in the prison now, are you fully engaged, or are you fully benefiting from your natural right, from your first right, from your prime? Are you really? So I think that this is where the church or the diocese saw that there was a need somewhere, and the church actually came in through our bishop, and today the representative of the bishop.
Wow, that is beautiful. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was sick, you visited me. When I was in prison, you visited me. Yeah. And I think these words, they go to all of us, because in one way or the other, we have neglected those who are sick. We have neglected those who are in prison.
Definitely.
And that is why we are here to talk about the importance. Though we say those who are in prison, sometimes they have hurt us with their actions, but God himself is there to forgive us. How many times, sister?
77 times 7. It means uncountable. In as much as we can be hurt, it means we also need to forgive.
One another. Now,
and remember, Miss Mirabel, Jesus also said, the person that has not sinned, let the person be the first one to throw the stone. And nobody there, because they acknowledge the fact that they are all sinners.
Sinned. The fact that we are not in prison doesn't make us saints.
Exactly.
So we are all sinners. And let me speak to our special guest on the program, Zenona. Today. Now, I want to find out from you. You were detained for about 2 years, 6 months, and what was that feeling you got when you got the information that you were being sentenced, or when you were sentenced? And it did not end there. After being sentenced, you found yourself in the four walls, of the prison yard. So what was that feeling you got at that moment?
Thank you, Miss Mirabel. I'll start by introducing myself again.
Good, go ahead.
I'm called Bokwen Tube Zenona. I'm from a family of 3.
Okay.
And I'm the last.
Okay.
So I entered the prison on the 15th of February 2022.
Okay.
And was sentenced on the 25th of May 2023. Though I was there, I was really depressed. I felt as if the world has come to an end.
Yeah.
I felt as if I was the worst person on earth and in my family.
Yeah.
So I really felt bad being in prison as the first person in my family.
Yeah.
So I was really depressed.
You were really, really depressed. Now let us stay with you. When that depression came, how did you find your way out of it?
When I was depressed, I overcame it through advices I got from people from different denominations who came for visit. And they preached the word of God. Most of them quote instances from the Bible, from the story of Joseph, who was in prison, and when he was out of prison, he became the governor of Egypt.
Wow.
So through those advices, I got myself out of that depression. And I said to myself, it means out of prison, I can become somebody better than Joseph.
Yeah. So you convinced yourself that you needed, your identity could not be lost because you were in prison.
Yes.
And you're giving accolades to those who visited you, because without those visits, might be you would have still been in your thoughts. I mean, you would have still been seeing yourself as that criminal who has who is not valued and who has nothing to contribute to the society. Now, thank you, sister. You have been working with the inmates for about the period of 3 years. Can you tell me your experience so far?
Yeah, thank you very much. My experience with the inmate so far sincerely has been so good. You know, I came to realize being with them that it is not, at time is not even overdoing, you know, just a presence. When you come and you sit with them, you know, and you listen
to them talk.
You discuss with them, and then it's so amazing because you see differences among them. You see, and then at times they can even quarrel. At times, and then as they are quarreling, and then they have there is a slogan when they are making. You just come and you say cease. As they say like that, and then they just understand your language. At times, I will be forced to go and say, "But what are you doing?" And some say, "Mom, it's okay." So I mean, sincerely speaking, the days I am to go to the prison, I'm very excited. I'm really, I feel so pushed and so moved to go to meet them, because with them, it's like we have built some sort of family inside there that when I don't go, I really feel like I've violated something. Yeah, I had to go. Because when you go, you know, listening to them, sharing with them, and at the end of the day, you see them relieved, you see them so relieved, and they are thanking you. You are like, you have done many things, but it's not true.
You just went there and listened to them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think you're making a very important point here, because sometimes we feel on our part, we know we don't want to visit because we say these people are very stubborn. They do the same things over and over again. You talk to them, they don't listen, they fall into one trap, they get out of it, but they still go back to it. But I think you're making a very crucial point here to say that it is not even the gifts that we take along to them. Sometimes they just want someone to listen to them.
Yes.
They say a hug at times is even more than millions that you give to somebody. And sister is trying to appeal to us today that we should create time and visit those whose freedom has been taken into, I mean, their freedom has been taken away from them. So they just need to see your face and to tell you how much sorry they are, and to tell you how to build your hope in them again, because they know we have lost. Sometimes we lose hope in them, but they need us. They need our presence, they need our attention, they need our advice. Just like Zeno said that she overcame her depression because of the countless visits she had, sometimes not even from family, she had from different denominations, and that made her to regain her confidence to say that she can. I love the word she used. She said, after this detention, I can even be better than Joseph.
Yes.
Exactly. And she has worked towards that, and we are going to be finding out how she managed to go to school while in prison and to obtain her advanced level. But before we get to that, sister, can you just throw some light on some of the activities carried out by the diocese to rebuild the prisoners?
Yes. You know, it's first of all very amazing to see that the prison, in fact, I congratulate first of all the prison administration to coming up with this education issue, and I come now to congratulate our bishop, Michael Bibi, the bishop of BUEA, sincerely, because he's so supportive. His love for education has pushed him right to the prison to go and support the inmate. And I am telling you, it's so amazing. This past last year, we had at the how do we call first school, we had 100%.
Wow.
Ordinary level, it was, I think, something like
inmates for the first school.
100%.
Wow.
Ordinary 56%, something so. And advanced level 100%.
Wow.
So you can imagine, and really at this level, the bishop has been very, very supportive. I can remember this last year when they were going for their examination, you know, they were provided some t-shirts to identify them, and it was so amazing, because even the principal of their center could comment about it and thank he did not even know it was from the diocese.
Oh wow.
He was thanking the prison administration. They came back to me, and I went back to the bishop and told him how people were very, very, very thankful for all the t-shirts, and more to that, this didactic material that we really need for them, because this is one of the things that they lack at times. Not only at the level of the teacher, because don't forget something, my dear sister, I'm going to tell you people here that 90% of those of the teacher inside there are also inmates.
I was shocked when the bishop was blessing. I don't know, our technician will plead with you to kindly project some of those images. That was the last visit we had in prison, where the bishop had to celebrate the festive season, the Christmas season, with prisoners, where gifts were being handed to the prisoners, and in return, that's a prisoner too, that's an inmate in white who was handing a sheep. That sheep, they said the sheep signifies that was the means of transportation which was used by the missionaries to come to Cameroon, and they're given this gift, or they gave the gift at that point in time to signify that their love or their support too for the Diocese of BUEA as it celebrates 75 years of existence. Now, sister, I was also surprised to see that when the bishop was blessing those who are promoting education, blessing those who are teaching, I turned and I asked somebody, I said, where are they coming from? And she told me they are all inmates.
Exactly.
So you see there, you see people are supporting one another.
Exactly.
So sister, just go ahead. I just wanted to throw that point.
Yeah. So say that, like, just like you are saying, my dear, they are really supporting each other. And you know, we come in here now, like I was saying, the bishop comes in now with this didactic material, and there is also, like, you know, some sort of support at the level of exactly of these teachers, because just like inmate, a hungry stomach can never ever really give in fully.
Exactly.
So they need some support at the level at least of their feeding, you know, so that they can stand and do so. And from time to time, that's where the diocese also steps in. Yeah. And also, you know, this psychosocial support, they need it, because like you just said, that their liberty, their freedom has been touched. You know, and they need, just like my sister is just from sharing here, and she has a point, because when you see them, you see that it's not really the four walls the problem, but the fact that something that is so linked to their nature has been touched. And how do we go out? How do we go about it? That's one of the more difficult, because just look, for instance, we ourselves inside, that we are not in the four walls of the prison. When somebody comes and wants to, like, encroach with our freedom, you see how we come, we agitate, we are like, please just hold your peace. So imagine the one that is not only inside the four wall, but what can be going on in them. So they need this psychosocial support, they need this listening, this counseling, they need these walls, you know, prayer, spiritual support. And for instance, let me tell you, there, you know, we have a mission station in there, St. Emmanuel mission station under the Boyatan Parish. So the priests are there twice a week, you know, being very, very supportive also at that level. We have that. And also there is another thing, because you made mention of something that is very, very crucial. These guys, the society has stigmatized them, and not only the society, even the family members. We meet uncountable inmates that have been rejected by their family members. They don't want to see them because they see them like some sort of disgrace. They see them like, I mean, they don't want to see you have just. And our role inside there is also to make sure that we connect them back to their families,
to their loved ones,
yes,
those who matter to them.
Exactly. Because I'm telling you that at times it's not food that they need. They need but that loving presence in their midst. That loving presence to come and let them regain that confidence in themselves to I am a normal human
Sister
being.
is getting emotional.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, sister is getting emotional.
It's true, because when I see the way they are abandoned, I don't understand why they are abandoned. I don't understand why they are stigmatized. I don't understand why they cannot be understood. Because something we fail to understand at times is not all that are in prison are criminals.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
We have innocent in the prison.
Yeah.
We have
Unfortunately.
that really sincerely did nothing.
You can find yourself in prison at any time.
Yes.
Nobody is free from it.
Nobody at all. Yeah. Till you find yourself there, you can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I see the way they just I mean, people are just they just easy say, oh, those are criminals, we don't partake with them. I'm like, wow, you don't even understand what you are saying. So we are there to give them that support and to reconnect them, to reconcile them with their family, with their loved ones, to let them understand that this is not even the moment to abandon them. It's instead the moment to stand by their side. Maybe after they must have left that place. I really call it that place because it's not a place to be. Yeah. It's after they have left that you can come now to like reprimand, to like, why did thing go this way, or you understand. Yeah, so that is it.
Okay, thank you so much, sister. I know you're still going to tell us about some of the things carried out by the diocese, because what we learned, we know that the diocese also provides, sometimes it pays the fines of those who could not
we are still coming with
so
that.
we'll come to that.
Yeah.
Zenona, when I hear of the prison, and I have been there, like sister said, it is not a conducive environment. It is not a comfortable environment. And like we all know, even the number of prisoners or inmates who are there, they are more than the number of inmates planned for. So you can imagine the environment. And when we hear of prison, we think of a place which is hostile. We think of a place which is not friendly. But you managed to, you meandered through that, and you took up your education and you succeeded. How did you do it? Tell us how you did it.
Thank you, ma. Firstly, I will start by talking on what made me to like
what triggered you to get into education.
Firstly, I had the love for education.
Okay.
Because before I was being arrested, I was like attending one agri training. So when I came to the prison, and they brought up the idea of education. So I loved education. I love going to school. I registered under the school. That's BUEA Central Prison High School. I registered under, and what also made me that's what triggered my education there was my family.
Okay.
Since they thought I disappointed them on the other side, I took it upon myself that being in prison, I would like go to school so as to regain the trust,
gain their confidence. Yes. Awesome.
To gain their love. So that's what really triggered me to like engaged into education in the prison.
I must say that is commendable to think, because truth be told, we always want our loved ones to be outstanding in the community. And when your mother sees you as a failure, it is very disheartening. Or your father, and you told me you're a mother of one. Yeah. And just imagine your child seeing you as a failure. It can even push you to depression. But taking upon yourself to say that this is what I want to do. Let my family give me another chance. You did well. And when you took up that decision, how did you carry it till the end?
Okay, then in the prison, I used all my free time studying so as to achieve the best. Okay. And again, due to the help of the prison administration and the school administration there in prison, they brought up an idea of preps. Okay. That's we study from 4 to 6 p.m. after classes. And again, during lock-up, that's when they are about locking all the prisoners inside the cells. They will like say all the students should be left out to study. Okay. So that was how I put all my efforts to come out with the best.
Wow. So how did you get your materials to study?
For the materials, they were being provided by the Diocese of BUEA.
Okay.
Yes, and other well-wishers.
Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Now, sister, tell us, how instrumental has the diocese been in rebuilding the inmates?
Yeah. We talk of education.
Yeah.
Where we made mention of the release, the pay of fine, because sincerely that's another area. Remember, before I go there, when we were preparing for the 25th, the bishop did the 26th, and I was passing in the prison, I could see many coming after me and telling me, sister, don't forget me, sister, don't forget me. I am this, I am to tell you that just the presence of the bishop on the 26th is a source of joy and hope
and recognition,
sincerely.
Yeah.
And he has promised, he has done it, and he's still doing it. As for the paying of fine and cost, he has done it. Yeah. And now there is a borehole that is being constructed now, as we are talking, still sponsored by the bishop through the Caritas of BUEA. Okay. And also, apart from the borehole, you saw when he came, if we could have a projection there for people to see all the things that we had at the courtyard, like feeding.
Yes, our technician is on standby to do that for us. Yeah.
Okay, that's the borehole. Yeah. At the level of construction.
So that's the borehole which is being provided by the Diocese of BUEA to improve on the hygienic condition of the BUEA Central Prison.
Yes.
And there is His Lordship blessing it and also looking at it with his close collaborators to see how far the work has gone.
Exactly. Because I can tell you, water, they say water is life, but I am telling you, in the prison is doubly life, if we can say so. So this water is coming
double life in prison.
is more than a savior. This water that is entering in the prison, and I am telling you, the people are grateful for this borehole. Yeah. They will remain grateful to the Diocese of BUEA, to the bishop forever. When I'm passing, it has become like a pass to me. When they just see me, they say, oh my God, sister, make your way. So to say, and like I was saying, that same day we saw is not only borehole, feeding. We have bags of rice, bags of this, bags of that, soap, and this and that for their hygiene. Because, in their says they need to be, and that's something that we have also provided in the past. We have provided them with some things, certain things that they could, disinfect their cells with, because, as there are so many in cells, these chicken pox and, many other things that are linked to death, they cannot miss. So we have been there in one way or the other to provide one or two things that will help them, to disinfect the area. And also, we having beads that have helped us help the inmates, and I'm telling you, that's where you see the talent of these guys. They can work hard, to fabricate jewels, to fabricate rosaries, to fabricate bag, to slippers that could be sold, especially the day of the bishop. And I can tell you, they did a lot of money. They made money. That we are going to multiply in the nearest future to see exactly how they can take care of themselves with, because they really need to be taken care of. So these are more or less, what we are doing there as far as our presence is concerned.
So now, sister talked about handing some gifts to them. We hope we can have those images. And sister, that one of the things which is interesting is that I also discovered that the inmates have talents. They're very talented. So the actors sing now. Those are some of the items which was offered by the diocese, and we see the the Catholic Women Association, they were also present to support the diocese, to support their bishop, and to pray and to celebrate with the prisoners. And we have that should be the bread and wine procession by inmates during the celebration of Mass. And also during this Mass, we also, some of them were confirmed. They received the sacrament of confirmation. Now, sister, that those are the inmates who were confirmed on that day, and they acted a wonderful scene. Unfortunately, we really did not pick that image, the scene of Joseph in the prison, and you could see the main actor, you could see the talents they have, and you ask yourself, what are these guys doing here, for crying out loud? So inmates, we are just saying that if there is a way for us to support them, regain themselves, and help them come out to be valuable persons in the society, we are going to enjoy them. Let us try as much as we can. They say try and try, push until something happens, and pray until something happens. Let us not give up. It is not easy. It is not an easy task, but with prayers and determination, we can do it. Now, let us get back to Zena. Zeno, sorry, I'm calling you Zena, Zeno. Just take it like that, okay? Zeno Ntube. Zeno is now studying nursing at the Catholic University Institute of BUEA under the sponsorship of His Lordship Michael Bibi. What feeling does this bring to you? You know, CUIB is a very prestigious institution, if we must note. And back then there were students who just wanted to get into CUIB just to read HND, just because they wanted to have that name. Which university are you attending? CUIB. And Zenona is right here. Tell me the feeling it brings to you.
Thank you. For now, it's a feeling of fulfillment.
Wow. That's the word. Yes. Fulfillment. Someone who loves education and finds herself at CUIB.
Yes, since from childhood, I love that profession of nursing.
Wow.
I love to become a nurse. So it's like I've fulfilled that vision already.
Wow.
Yes, that's how I feel now, a feeling of fulfillment.
And
thanks to the Lordship, Michael Bibi, for that.
Wow. Yes. And we are certain, because of your determination, that you will not fail yourself, you will not fail your family, and you will not fail the diocese. And so I will talk to you now, sister. I know working sometimes, people have different characters. People have they look at things differently. What has been some of your challenges working with the inmates, and how have you managed to go beyond those challenges?
Yeah, it's true that what you are saying is very true. When you are meeting with people that can really get angry from morning to evening, just because the freedom is being touched. You really understand with them. And I can assure you that the needs are identified. And I want to say, one of my very first challenges is that I identify a need and I cannot fulfill it. I cannot act according to that needs in order to give them what they want. And I think that is really a challenge. Like, for example, when you see the prison overcrowded, okay, you feel hurt. It hurts you because it's an example I'm giving, but I know that the prison is overcrowded. It can be a place that was made for instance, for let's say 10 people, and then you come tomorrow and it's actually made of 200 people.
Persons.
I mean, you see that there is something is being violated there. You get it, and there are some that are inside that have normally finished their
prison terms.
Exactly. And they can't go, maybe they have some fine and costs that they have to pay, and they don't even have the money. Or some that they are finished completely, even they have washed the fine and cost terms, and they still cannot go out. You are like, wow, how can I? What you do, but you can't do everything too.
Yeah, you cannot.
That's one thing. And the other one when you meet a prisoner sick, it's not pleasant. Because the illness is so linked to many things. It can be physical illness, it can be
mental.
And you meet some that are so pale to the extent you are like, if you blow,
they will fall.
Oh gosh. And you ask yourself, Jesus, what do I do here? I thank God, because by the grace of God, there are some that we have identified in the past, and with the doctors that they are having in there, we had some prescription, and we went and bought it silently in the pharmacy. Okay. And today they are fine. And they are very thankful for that. Okay. But you can't do for everybody, because your hands
are tight.
Voila.
Yeah, your hands are short.
Yeah, so short. You can. This is really an appeal. Like, really, if you can help them in that way. This is another one. Another one is these ones that are rejected. I've already told us about it, that they really feel rejected, and even right in there, they are not in good terms with others, because, like you said already, there are times that they can have bloody fights. Yeah. There are times that the anger is so high that to an extent that you will find that the administration has to intervene again, otherwise. Like, you are already in the prison and they will have to put you in another.
Yes.
You get me? Yeah. And when you look at it, you are like, Jesus, what do I do here? How can I help? And you see filter, you don't even see how you can help. How you can help. And some are completely lost in the whole issue. That's why at times we will see some that are like mentally deranged.
They're not stable.
Yeah, they are no longer stable mentally. Because of all the trauma, all the stress that they are going through there, they cannot stand it. And she made mention of it, because with thanks to God, she caught up
very fast.
Many fall under depression after they start coming out, gradually. And imagine those that cannot
come out of it.
Imagine where they stay. Yeah. And also, seeing another thing that I'm really finding like a very challenge is, to start something with them. Like this school, they register, they begin their school, and then suddenly they call for them that their prison terms is over. They have to go out. And they go out. It's fine. We are very contented for the fact that they are out. We are joyful. It gives a lot of joy. But what of what we started together? Is he or is she going to continue? So with all these things, you are like, oh God, how do we help? But nevertheless, for now, what we are doing is, when we see that we can come in somewhere, sincerely we do. Like those that are being released. Yeah, for now, you have not asked the question. Maybe I am anticipating. The ones that are being released, we try and do a kind of follow-up, like, since we are in contact with the family, we can call the family to find out if the child, if it was cooling. I mean, how is he doing? Is he trying to like come to closer to a school, or come closer to some student? Like, you can be helped in one way or the other to have everything that you need in order to go and write. Yeah, it's true that for now we have not really had a case that had gone and after came to write or whatsoever, but I am foreseeing it. It's coming, and I am really seeing it coming, because
I think that it's very important, sister, because to do all these good works, and we don't maybe look for ways of continuity, because the problem too has been releasing the inmates and letting them find themselves, reinstating them back to the society. How do we follow that up? Is the diocese having plans of carrying that out? Maybe we'll talk about it.
I was really coming to that, because you see, like, for example, for this year, what we are planning for this year, by the grace of God, if it blesses us the way we are actually planning, we are going to install in the prison there some tailoring machine, hairdressing salon, and a shaving machine, that are going to give them some skills, before they get out. Now, in the long run, what we are planning is that as they are leaving the prison, they will not just go to the family, especially for the minors and women. We want to build, we are planning, or we are having in our vision, in our dream, to build a rehabilitation center.
Okay.
Where when they come out, those that have not been able to fully, because our plan is that being there in the prison, by the time they are finishing with their training, with their formation, attestations will be given
to them.
So like prove when they come out, if they need a job, to prove that they are having some skills. And those that have not been able to finish in the rehabilitation center will now be there to help them by the time they are leaving there to finish what they are not being able to finish, in order to better reinsert them in the family and in the society, so that the society will not see them like mosquitoes, that are coming to disturb the life of others. Yeah. So that's really the plan that we are having for the future, that by the grace of God. So this is an opportunity to really call on people of goodwill sincerely to come in and support us in this particular we are very thankful for all what Christians have been doing, people of goodwill have been doing, in order to give them life. But the more days are going, the more they are entering the prison, and the more the demands is coming. Voila. So it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Let nobody hold sincere. And then remember the scripture I read at the beginning.
I was hungry.
Yes.
You gave me food to eat. Now, sister, let us talk to Zeno. Zeno, you have lived the experience, and as a youth, we are faced now with high crime waves, and when you hear of the prison, you just think of those who have committed crimes, but statistics has also shown that not everyone who is in prison committed a crime, but we also have those who are in prison because of crimes. What can you say to the youths?
I will advise the youths, firstly, that they should be determined in life. No matter wherever you find yourself or whatsoever that you do, be determined in life. Despite the fact that you're in prison or you're outside, it doesn't mean you're better or whatsoever thing that you're doing is the best. But anything you do is just to be determined.
Determination
is the
first.
Yes. Okay. So don't feel reluctant in whatsoever you do. So that's what I would advise the youth.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and to stay away from things that can lead you to problems or troubles that can lead you into prison. Yes. Because first, if they seize your freedom, you can't do anything. So it's good to be focused, to stay away from problems, stay away from trouble. So that's all I can advise the youths for now.
Stay away from trouble. I love that. Stay away from trouble. If trouble presents itself to you, run away.
Yes.
People has been there for 2 years, 6 months. That's a lot. And so if someone like this tells you stay away from trouble, please let us take it seriously and stay away from trouble. It shouldn't be taken with a pinch of salt. It should be taken seriously. Yes. Now, sister, while in prison, I saw so many young persons, younger than Zenona, younger than her, and honestly, I wept. I don't know what message you have for the young people.
Yeah. Before I come to the young people, thank you for that. I want to go to the parents first.
Okay.
I want to go to the family members.
Okay.
Mothers, I'm addressing to you. Take care of your children. Know your children. Notice the changes in your children. You cannot be in the house with a child. You are unable to know the kind of dresses that your child is putting on, the kind of phone that your child is having. Where is it from? Please take care of your children, because all this we are suffering today because families are no longer doing their work. And the question I ask myself is, where is God in what we are doing? You know, I will always take my background. God, you know, is my backup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cannot go away because I know, I am very sure of one thing, is that when you give God to your child, you have given your child all his need. If your child knows God, I bet with you, you will not find your child, unless God wants your child to go and experience that in order to save a situation. He can send you there, yeah. God can permit some certain situation
to happen to you,
for some certain things too, for some, you know, something you want to realize. But generally, if you bring your child up with the fear and love of God, we are going to avoid a lot of things. You know, today the society is, I mean, yesterday we believe in sweating before having the bread. We believe in laboring before having something to eat. But it's the reverse today. The society of today think that is so, I mean,
life is a bed of roses.
Oh my God, we should just go very, very fast.
Very fast.
And that's why we see a lot of our youth today in scamming, stealing, and many, many things that are not worth of, you know, just going with women left and right. We don't know what is happening. I think it's because parents have failed somewhere. Okay. Now, you, the youth, are you really following what your parents are giving you home? Or you are just allowing yourself to be influenced by the peer? Or really, sincerely, when you look at the youth of today and see how they will like to live according to the standard of others, you are like, wow. But I believe in life that you should always be mindful of where you come from.
Your background.
Where you come from is very, very much important. No matter what you become, even in the society, never you forget, because by the time you forget, you will put your legs where you are not supposed to. And that's the beginning of many things that
trouble. The beginning of trouble, which is innocent away from.
It's just what I'm talking about. So I believe that these are actually this kind of easy life that we want to live, so to have fast without laboring, is actually pushing our youth to go astray, and they find themselves in this kind of situation. It's true, we have to acknowledge the fact that we are under hot crisis, and this is also bringing them. It's an opportunity for me to really voice out this particular one, that you will just sit and hear that there was a kale.
Yes.
Okay. That people just enter in the quarter with the kale, and then they called youth and put them in prison, them just like that. It's also disheartening to see such a thing. Why should they find themselves in the prison for nothing? Really, I am saying it out like this because it's something that has really disturbing me. I'm like, wow, where are we actually heading to? Where are we heading to? So please, youth, before you are found in the quarter in the night, and then they are making kale and catching you for where you don't want to go, please stay home. Stay home. Have vision for yourself. I mean, we have a lot to exploit in this Cameroon. Sincerely, we have a lot. When Zena started her sermon, you talk of agri, that you did it,
that she was doing the training.
It struck me, for instance, because I was like, wow, you know, Cameroon has land. Sincerely, we can make something through that. But I know that is the youth of today, they will look at it like hardship. They will give them blisters, you know, they don't want to have blister, they want to appear so beautiful, they want to appear. But to say, if they don't want to go in for agri, let them go in for another thing that can help them. Let them have visions. Let them have focus. Let them have something that they hold on, and let them hold on their dreams. Okay, for instance, look at this guy that we saw that performed this Saint Joseph,
the scene of Joseph.
You see the talent that he carries. That's something that can be promoted, and that can actually give him a life, breath, you know, for his household.
Sustain your life.
Sustainability.
Exactly.
Sincerely, to say that we carry a lot of talents that we can explore in order to be better in the society than joining any kind of group and not knowing, and at this thing that has come, like they want to live early, they want to be good, they want to live, and after they die young. Stop it. Stop it, sincerely. It's not good. You should be mindful about your soul. All is not about enjoying in this world. After you must have left this world, what are you going to become? Where are you going to? Where are you going to? And don't forget, because the master you serve here is the master that will actually take your soul when you are no more. Think about that. All is not about enjoying. It's good. Money is good. It's not like I am standing against the world. No, don't misquote me. It's they say in France, un mal nécessaire. It's something we need.
Yeah.
We need money. We need it in order to carry, like these activities that we are carrying in the prison. At times we are stuck because
of money, lack of money. The finances are not there. Yes.
It's because we lack money. So
the money, but how do we get it? What's the means?
Exactly.
What do we do to get the money?
Exactly. That's where the whole issue is. And imagine, for instance, you that are outside. I can imagine your mind towards the inmate. You will not like to find yourself there, in right? So that others will be thinking when you come back from there, they are looking at you, they are looking. But it's by the grace of God, like my sister, you can testify with me. It's by the grace of God that you sold yourself in your peer, within. Because they are looking at you when you are passing, they say, that one is dangerous. But they forget to understand that they themselves are more dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
They themselves are more dangerous. So please, youth, listen to your parents. They are struggling each and every day, sweating to send you to school. Please be focused. Go to school, not to just have a bit of stroll, to have to distract. You are not going. It's not a tourism center. No, exactly. It's not for tourism. It's not a touristic center. It is for your future. As your parents are struggling to make a better future for you, please give in also. And I think with God, of course, don't forget Him. For He says, Jesus, cut off from me, you can do nothing. So if you think you can do on your own, I bet with you that in the future, when challenges will come, you will find yourself where you are not supposed to and where you have never ever planned to. So please move with God, have a vision, have focus, be determined, just like Zeno is from saying. Listen to your parents, be obedient. The Bible will tell you that when you obey, you will live for long. I believe you want to live for long.
Sure.
Make sure you obey your parents and you will see the fruit.
The fruits of obedience towards your parents.
Yes.
Now, Zeno, you will definitely have some words for those who have loved ones in prison. What can you tell them?
For those who have their loved ones in prison, I'm begging that you're the ones to encourage them. You're the ones to advise them. Talk to them that being in prison is not the end of life. Rather than you turning your back on them, it's good to advise them and encourage them. Stand by them in any situation. You're the ones to talk to them. Because if you turn your back on them, normally the world will also turn their backs on them. So it's good to talk to them. It's good to show them love. So that's all I can say for now.
Few but very powerful words.
Yes.
Very few words but very powerful words. Love them. Talk to them. Do not turn your back, because the world too will turn against them.
Yeah.
Zeno, thank you so much. And these words go to all of us. They go to all of us. Let us not, because of the anger in us, turn away from those who need us the most. Now, sister, we are rounding up, but I just want you to give us your concluding words and any other thing you have not talked about. You have the floor to tell us all what you haven't said and give us your final words.
Yeah, I don't know if there is something I have not said, but to say, really, this is an opportunity for me to first of all thank my congregation that gave me this opportunity to be where I am, and also to thank His Lordship Michael BB, for if he did not accept me, I wouldn't have been in the prison now working. I mean, working in the prison is actually a passion to me. It's not something I am like managing or no. I really find myself in their middle, in their midst. I feel so good, sincerely. And to say so, with that, I feel so fulfilled with them. I feel so fulfilled with what I do with them. And what I'm just going to say this evening is that, please, it is right time for us to format our mind as far as inmates are concerned. Prisoners are human beings like us. The only difference is that they are inside that place, maybe for something to be corrected because a law has been violated. But in another way, there are some that did not even do anything and they are in there. All of them together. And really, when we are praying, let us think of them. When we have something, let us share with them. Yeah, and if you cannot, let us just come and, especially I'm saying this to the family members, please. I know at times you feel so disgraced. You feel like, especially these families that are so tied to their images, they are so. But remember, even that one that is in prison is also having a dignity. The dignity of the child of God is in him, and that should also be recognized. So please, when you are crying for the dignity of the family, you are crying for the image of the family. Also be mindful of the dignity of the one that is in the prison. So really, I am urging you to do that, because just like Zena is from saying, if you is closer, the siblings, the parents, and the family members, if you cannot come closer, who are you expecting to come closer to your people? So please, make sure you do that, because it is from your example that the other people will not come. And together, I think we are going to build a better world. If you want something best, begin by doing it, and others will copy from and we are going to be something good for this society, for this our beautiful Cameroon that is.
Thank you so much, sister. Let us take in this message. Greetings to all in the studio. More courage to you, my dear sister. God is your strength. Amen. And he will continue to carry you to higher heights. A big thank you to our Lord Bishop for the love given to the inmates. More grace to you, my Lord. It's coming from Madame Sarah Kum, who is writing us from BUEA. Hello, Madame Sarah. We are missing you on the program today. Thank you for reaching out. Now, Zeno, please, can you just give us your final words?
I would like to. I'm thanking the Bishop, His Lordship Michael Bibi, for not seeing me being in prison as a bad person, and he took upon himself to give me a better life. Wow. So I want to thank him, and also I want to thank my family for regaining the trust that they lost.
Oh. Wow.
So thank you.
So sweet. That's so sweet.
That's all.
And we also want to tell Zeno that thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being an inspiration to many out there. Thank you for regaining your identity. And we also want to say thank you to His Lordship Michael Bibi for this wonderful initiative being carried out at the BUEA Central Prison. And to all of you who have been watching, to all those who have loved ones in prison. When I was hungry, you gave me food to eat. Yes. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was in prison, you visited me. Stay with that. And Zeno also said, youths, please stay out of trouble. Thank you for watching this edition of the program. We are going to join you again next week, Friday, same time, 5 p.m. on Divine Mercy Radio Television. I have been Fomucha Mirabel. Have a wonderful weekend.